Hey you! Hey guys, my name is Jennifer Terri and I make Philippine travel update. Today is November 10. What have you got, Jennifer? You know, travel to the Philippines is a lot easier now. Vaccinated or not, you're welcome to visit the country. If you're vaccinated, just register to e-arrival card. While if you're unvaccinated, pre-departure test or test upon arrival. While I have some things to share to you, updates on e-arrival cards, some tweaks, some changes, that's actually good. So better you guys know about these changes so that when you register, you won't be surprised. I am going to start with also pre-departure test. This is some good news for unvaccinated travelers. It's about the pre-departure test. We already know if you're 15 years old and older, if you're fully vaccinated, no need to get tested. However, if you're unvaccinated or partially vaccinated, you must be tested. Some foreigners ask or travelers ask, can I use PCR test? Because before, right, you had a choice to get PCR or antigen. But if you can remember the latest IATF resolution, number 2, it states there that Filipinos and foreign nationals 15 years old or older shall present a remotely supervised or laboratory-based rapid antigen test result. It doesn't say about PCR test. And if we can remember then, the Department of Tourism said that they will do away with PCR test. So just rapid antigen test. However, some travelers find it difficult to find rapid antigen test with a lab. According to Belinda, a Filipina from UAE, hi Miss Jen, wala kasi akong mahanap na testing center na may antigen test dito sa Dubai. Puro PCR test lang. Di ba nila consider ang PCR? Nasa e-arrival may choices daw doon. Either PCR or antigen. Please pakisagot because may flight namin ng anak ko soon. Ayan. Ang Belinda is asking whether she could use PCR test instead of antigen test because she's finding it difficult to find a testing center in Dubai that can do antigen tests. And she is right. In e-arrival card, it still shows RT-PCR or antigen test result. So, we asked the Bureau of Quarantine today whether PCR test is still accepted. I asked, pwede po bang RT-PCR test instead of antigen? Bureau of Quarantine immediately replied, yes, PCR test is still accepted as long as it is taken within 48 hours prior to departure. So there you go, guys. Unvaccinated, partially vaccinated, 15 years old and above. You still have two options, RT-PCR taken within 48 hours or a rapid antigen test taken within 24 hours before departure. And remember, if you fail to get tested before your trip, there is testing upon arrival, antigen test for 600 to 1,000 pesos, Philippine peso. Again, for testing and vaccinated, you still have two options, RT-PCR or antigen. But if you don't want to get tested before your trip, you can get tested upon arrival. Meanwhile, in e-arrival card, I just want to share that you are not required to upload a copy of your negative test result. They will just ask whether you have a negative test result. So, let me show you. Ayan. They will just ask you, do you have a negative RT-PCR antigen test result? Just answer yes or no. Okay? While for the fully vaccinated, the test result question is gone. Remember, I posted about it the other day. So if you're fully vaccinated, guys, so you input your first dose, right? And then next question is vaccinated for second dose. You say yes, and then input the date and brand. They will no longer ask you about test. Okay? If you're fully vaccinated, you have your vaccine information, they will not ask about test result anymore. Okay, that is clear because before they still had that question. So good thing that BOQ immediately responded. Okay. Meanwhile, guys, Philippine Airlines issued a reminder for travelers that e-arrival card is required. Okay? There have been misinterpretations, no? May mga kababayang nalilito. Akala nila hindi na talaga kailangan ng e-arrival card. Guys, e-arrival card is still a must. So, please register within 3 days before your flight to the Philippines. Huwag nyo lang masyadong i-complicate yung isip nyo, 72 hours, ilang hours, wag na. Just think about it, 3 days bago ang inyong flight, mag-register. Or 2 days, or 1 day, or on the day, pwede na. Flexible naman, wag na i-complicate yung hours, kasi malilito lang kayo. Just focus on 3 days ba, or 2 days bago ang flight, pwede na mag-register. Okay, they're not so strict about the dates, and actually, even if you register more than 3 days before your flight, you could still register. I tried it many times. So, register to e-arrival card to avoid delays at the airport upon arrival. People who fail to register to e-arrival card will have to go to lanes set up at the airport. You may have to connect with the airport Wi-Fi. It can be a hassle, but if you really cannot register, then do it upon arrival na lang. But give ample time. Tell your families who are waiting for you outside to maybe wait an hour or more. But if you register ahead of time, then the process will be quicker. However, one traveler shared to us yesterday, according to David, this is an information for foreign nationals, former Filipinos. According to David, who arrived in Manila, I had proof of vaccination. They didn't check it because he already registered to e-arrival card. I completed e-arrival card in advance, but you still have to queue. And what they don't tell you is that you still have to complete an arrival immigration card in writing, which asks all the same questions as the e-arrival card. So why? That's right, David. Why? All this card used to be handed out on the plane. It isn't mentioned anymore, and nobody knew they needed to complete one. It led to mass panic and confusion at immigration, with everyone panicking and having to get a card and to the table to complete it. I really think your viewers need to know about this, as it creates bedlam. So, thanks for sharing that, David. Unfortunately, immigration hasn't adapted to e-arrival card. So, they're still using arrival card paper forms. So, guys, when you are at the plane and this is being handed out to you, please fill it out. This is why it's always handy to bring a pen with you when you're traveling. Bring a pen with you and fill this out. For non-Filipino citizens, this is still required. Please do the paper forms, arrival card. They should hand it out to you by the airline crew or at the airport. Don't think that although you already registered to e-arrival card, you no longer need to do the arrival card paper form. You still have to do the arrival card paper form, apparently. Philippine government, I know you're watching. Why don't you put it all together in e-arrival card? You know, in Singapore, they also have something like e-arrival card. However, it gives convenience talaga to travelers because they put immigration, customs, and COVID-19 health declaration forms into one form. So as soon as travelers register to that, their process at the airport are very smooth. So sana we can do the same thing in our country. Immigration should adapt with e-arrival card, since all the questions in the paper card form is all can be found in e-arrival card. The only thing that's maybe different is this one. The ACRI card number. Yun lang. So hopefully our government can indeed make it easier. Make it into one na lang. Para hindi pa ulit-ulit mag-fill out. Now, I just want to give you a summary on pre-departure checklist. Guys, if you're traveling soon, this is what you need to show upon check-in and upon arrival in the Philippines. If you're fully vaccinated Filipino, dalhin nyo po yung vaccination card or certificate. Pwede printed, pwede nasa cellphone. Tapos yung e-arrival card, QR code, pwede din nasa cellphone, pwede printed. Sa mga unvaccinated nating kababayan, negative test result, pwede RT-PCR, 48 hours validity, or antigen test within 24 hours before your flight. Kung hindi ka makapag-test, dito ka na lang sa Pilipinas magpa-test, okay lang din naman. And then, mag-register kayo sa e-arrival card, onehealthpass.com.ph. Sunod, kung mga former Filipinos or those covered by the balikbayan privilege, bring your vaccination proof, yan your e-arrival card, QR code. This should be QR code. And then, as usual, if you have your old Filipino passport or birth certificate, bring it to make sure that you can avail balikbayan privilege. For your spouse, a marriage certificate. For the child, a birth certificate. While for fully vaccinated foreign nationals, your vaccination card or certificate, e-arrival card, QR code. If you're not covered by balikbayan privilege or you don't have a long-term visa, if you're purely a foreign tourist, return ticket or an onward ticket, and then passport must be more than 6 months valid. I forgot to put unvaccinated for national, but it's still the same, guys. Just show negative test result. Okay? Unvaccinated. Let's see. Unvaccinated for nationals. You can enter the Philippines. If you were planning to retire or to study here, you can proceed with your plans. You can come in the country without quarantine. You just have to show a negative test result. If you ever find it difficult to get tested in your countries, then you can have it done here in the Philippines. Okay? It's no biggie. However, if by any chance you test positive on the test upon arrival, bad news is you'll be sent to quarantine. It would depend whether they will allow you to do home quarantine or hotel. You'd be forced to do hotel quarantine. It really depends. It depends. That's why I suggest to get tested before arriving in the country to make sure that you will never quarantine upon arrival. Other foreigners have the worry that, what if, Jennifer, I've already booked my ticket and everything, but I test positive on my rapid antigen test. Should I throw away my bookings and all? My suggestion is to take another test. Antigen test is not so sensitive sometimes. Even if you're positive, it can give you negative test result. Another option is to get travel insurance so that a travel insurance can cover flight cancellations due to getting COVID. That's another option. So for unvaccinated foreign nationals, e-arrival card or barcode and a negative test result. If you're a foreign tourist, an onward or return ticket, and then passport should be more than 6 months valid. So that's all about Philippine travel, guys. I hope this video was helpful. You can rely on me to update you if there is any changes. No? God bless you all, guys, and stay safe. I will be in Cebu in a few days. If you see me in Cebu, please say hi. Bye.